Hey guys, I just wanted to make a quick tutorial so that I could outline how you can go about correcting an assessment in economics so that you can get half credit back for all multiple choice questions that you miss. I've said this to my class countless times, but I want you just to once again be aware that in high school, summative points matter a lot more than formative points because summative is 80% of your grade, whereas formative is only 20%. And so, although it might not seem worth it for you to get 2 or 3 points back on a test by doing corrections, I can assure you that it is because there's not that many tests that we take over the course of the semester. There's a lot less summative grades and they end up weighing a lot more. You should always do test corrections, even if you did well on a quiz. If for no other reason, just to make sure that you have learned some of that material that you might have missed on a test so that you're better prepared down the line for the midterm. So this is where I will kind of start outlining how you can go and do that. When you log into your TCI account, you should see a screen that looks like this. This is the table of contents. If you're here to correct a test, the first thing I would tell you is you need to go to the last chapter that was being assessed. That is where you will find it. So for example, if you took a test over chapters 3 and 4, you'd go to chapter 4 like this. Once you're in chapter 4, the place where you will find the test is under the resources tab, and there it says assessments. Go ahead and click that, and then the next thing you will see is the same test questions that you saw on the paper when you actually took the test. So click on assessments and I'll see you there. Unfortunately, because I don't have the same kind of student access that you do to the test, I can't show you what it would look like online. So the best I could do was show you the paper version, but it is the same idea. Once you're at the test, what you need to do is go ahead and click on a letter, the letters that you actually put in for the actual test on here. This isn't going to count against you for any reason, so don't worry about it. But click on the same letter that you did for all the answers for all the questions. And the reason you're wanting to do that is because what it will do after you've submitted your answers is it will show you what your answer was, and it will also show you what the correct answer was. Unfortunately, that means you also have to answer the short constructed response questions as well. It won't let you submit until you do. But what I've been telling my class is just write, type in anything here for these ones, just so that it will technically record an answer, and that way you can submit. Again, this isn't something that I'm going to use against you in a test score or anything. You just need to make sure that you record a letter for every one of the multiple choice questions, record an answer for the short response questions, hit submit, and then it will do is it will show you a screen where it will show you the multiple choice question, it will show you the answer you chose, and it will show you the correct answer. At that point, what you need to do is follow the test correction policy to finish off your corrections. Let me show you again, remind you again where you can find those. When you go to the Economics Google Classroom, if you go to the About section, what you should find is you should see that there is a test correction policy for economics. If you open that up, what you will then see is the different things that you need to do to get credit. So just to remind you of some of the more important things, you have to make sure that you write it down. So basically, you have to review the answers you marked wrong. I've already went over how you review those. You have to handwrite the whole question that you missed, as well as the option you chose and the correct answer, which you will get from the online test. You have to write down the thought process that led you to choosing the wrong answer. And the reason I want you to do this is because it will help you to kind of see a trend. If IDK is what you wrote for every thing you missed, that's a sign that you need to study probably if you have zero clue about what's happening. On the other hand, if it's just a bunch of silly mistakes, then that tells you that maybe you just need to take a little bit more time with the test, or it might be a test anxiety issue. The part that I think is most important for test corrections is once you found the correct answer, you have to actually go back to the chapter itself and find where that correct test answer was. This can be difficult, but you do get credit back for doing it, and it just goes to show you that everything on these tests is in the chapter, and hopefully this will get you in the practice of reading everything more carefully. If you really are struggling to find an answer within the chapter, come see me or Mr. Williams. We will help you to find it. Finally, make sure you turn that sheet in with the test corrections and you'll get half credit back for everything missed. And again, I can't stress how important it is to do this for each and every test, even the ones you do good on. It will help your score immensely and it will help you to relearn material as well. All right, that's all I got. Good luck on any test corrections that you attempt.